It's a big day. And today I want to call on all leaders, especially Ghanaian leaders, because I think I have so many questions to ask them. I learned thousands of our children, those who went to write the examinations, have failed, or their examinations is being cancelled. I want us to know one thing. Anytime something big is about to be taken away from this land, they will take our attention. They will create unnecessary tension for us to invest our energies into it. And in our blind side, or on our blind side, a whole lot will be taken away from us. What is going on in the land? Today, I have so many questions to ask the leaders, from politicians, from judges, from lawyers, all our leaders. Today, I think I'm going to stand or step in the shoes of their wives and then in the shoes of their mothers. And I'm going to ask them questions, a question a mother, a woman would ask. Because I'm beyond a woman. I am a mother as well. I am a wife. I am everything in their house. That's why I am borrowing their wives, their grandmothers, their mothers, their girlfriends. I'm borrowing their shoes. And I'm going to step in their shoes to ask them questions. I want to understand a few things. We do not fight for what belongs to us as Africans, but we fight passionately for what belongs to others. What belongs to others, we will defend it. Is this not strange? How we defend things that does not belong to us, or having nothing to do with us as Africans. The energies, the frequency, and the protection we give to strange things. When you look into it, is it not strange to you? Is this not worth questioning? The things that we would die for. Does the schools teach Ghanaian culture? Our school, the schools, they teach Christianity, they teach Islam. Your culture, do you teach there? Do you question this? Does the schools teach Ghanaian culture or European moral codes? Which one are you people teaching? I'm asking you. Does the school protect identity? I'm asking. Or enforce religious doctrine? What do we do there? I'm asking all our leaders. All those who, the professors, doctors, school no, akwadarimuno, questions amibi samuni. I asked a question last week. If you should die right now as an African and reincarnate tomorrow, what legacy are you coming to show? I asked this question. Are we raising thinkers at all? Are we raising thinkers? This is just a question. Are we raising thinkers? I'm getting these questions to all the leaders, those who are sitting on big seat and that is why I have begged your wife's shoes and your mother's shoes, because they can touch your heart. So you are listening to me like your mother or your wife or even your girlfriend. Anything. I'm asking, are we raising thinkers or raising defenders of foreign beliefs? What are we raising in our schools? These kinds of religious machinations are the propaganda and gimmicks to raise tension for people, to divide themselves into defenders of one religion or the other. Is this what we are doing in our schools? These are just questions. I'm asking simple questions. Last week, some people were sending threat messages to my phone. I didn't even say anything. No. And if you push me, I will say more. There are people who have invested so much in this religious sect. And nobody is helping them. Man, cash you. Because I have said this multiple times that we are not fighting, we are not accusing anybody, we are not pointing fingers. But rather, we are asking questions. So you don't get angry over a question unless you don't have an answer or you are pretending. Ghanaians are one people. We are always one people. Africans are one people. We are always one people. One ancient bloodline. Different houses, multilingual, but one ancestry bloodline. That is who we are as Ghanaians, and that is who we are as Africans. What happened? When Africans are emotionally invested in religious battles, they become easy to control. When Africans are emotionally invested in religious battles, they become easy to control. That's why I'm asking, anytime something big is about to be taken, our attention must be shifted. All our energies must be invested in an unnecessary something. So they are able to, in our blind side, they can take a whole lot away from us. Questions. We keep fighting wrong battles. Wrong battle. What is going on? Since when? Enemy, a black Muslim, maybe you're different from my fellow African or my fellow Ghanaian. Since when? A black Christian became a different somebody from my black African sister or brother. When? Since when? Wesley girls is a symptom, not the disease. What disease is that? I want us to address these things. Listen, when things are happening and you look into it and you don't actually find anything there, it is somebody's doing. I ask a question. Who always organize demonstrations? But anytime election is about to happen, or new era is about to emerge, or new energy is about to emerge, somebody will organize demonstration. Who sponsors them? Who organizes them? How do they call the people? Is it somebody's job? Before all these things will happen, if it is somebody who is sponsoring it, and it is somebody's agenda, what is the benefit? What does the person want? The real challenge is deeper. And I'm on Wesley girls is not the disease, it is the symptoms. The real challenge is what we are going to talk about today. We are being programmed. And what do we have to do about this? This is what I want to draw everybody's attention to. All African leaders should listen to this. When this Israel and Gaza thing started, I told African leaders, I said, mind your business. It doesn't concern you. Now look at Nigeria. It's the same canker. Muslims and Christians are doing what? Who is killing who and who is fighting who? Which kind of wind is blowing? And now, gradually, this is how they affect us. It is coming. And when it is coming, it is doing. When it is coming, it is doing. A bishop's child, what are you doing in Makaranta with a Bible? Imam's child, what are you doing at a Christian school with Quran? The system is a straightforward case. What are you doing there? Forgive my manners. I don't smoke. What am I going to do with those who smoke? The Bible says, so what are you doing there? Today, I have so much question for our leaders. I have so much questions for African leaders. These are things that you will ignore. And you will be sleeping in your room. And your whole generation can be wiped off. We are always behind. These weaker insects are always above us or beyond us. But they will be behind. I have something to ask today. And I need an audience from the top people, the leaders, to whoever has the mouth to talk. Today we are going to discuss the Wesleyan Groomers. I am taking you to one step, fighting a wrong battle. And I will explain all this. I am trying to do this editorial with calmness and love. As much as possible, I'm trying to do this. When you look at my frequency, authenticity, and you look at my affable, Osha me hu a me disi ha. Ene ma hu fesu a, you will understand where I stand and the frequency that is driving me. So I'm going to do this. Today I am sitting in love, like full of love frequency. That is what is driving me today. And I'm going to use that kind of frequency to communicate this. It carries a whole lot of questions. But the more I try, the more these questions keeps knocking on my okro mouth. Sometimes I look at these things and I don't want to. I feel I should keep quiet. But no, my okro mouth is not keeping quiet. The question is, what is the difference between a radical Islamic school in Afghanistan, TO, and a radical Christian school in Ghana? What is the difference between these two schools? Pamuchowo, Mr. Mopa, these are questions you should help me understand. If a church grooms young children with one religious doctrine in Cape Coast, what makes that same grooming a crime in Iraq? Pamuchowo, I'm asking simple questions. Please help me understand this. Abusia, I'm sure you already have an idea of what we are about to talk about. We share questions, no? And if from where I am coming from now, you will know what I am coming to talk about. It was a topical issue last week, and it involves both religion and the consciousness of not only children, but also our people and our leaders. Asamno akọ beyond obi domain. Afedie abesu kroni nyina so. In fact, afedie eduru soro ho. Inti na esese ye draw mpanimfo no attention e de ba sa niama we so because ade bi wo ho a furu na wo hye enan a ede ade na furu na ekọ a wan hye ni yi a no be oye invisible na hye bibi ase na okọ na ye nyansafo na betu ye dwiri ade na gu because coronavirus came as a virus. And I share ya me bed na monster etumi to asole dem sa eba boko. And I'm actually, when you look at Israel, Gaza, and now Nigeria, what is happening here? We need etheric leadership. I've said this multiple times, but still, we are trying our best, and I'm drawing their attention to it. I know they watch me, and I know they will listen to me, and they will take something out of it. It was topical. Now, leaders from Christian Council to National Chief Imam to our ministers, lawyers, it means it's gone beyond ordinary. Then I need to also speak my mind. Not my mind, draw their attention to what is coming. Because I speak from the etheric side, which we don't have much of them inside there. But they listen to me, and I know they will listen. If you watch my episode, you will know that everything I say, people implement them. It is credit that Africans have problem by giving. But credit now we implement here. From food bank to where? Everything I say here, even people, they are losing weight. Everything I say, they implement. It is a plus. The reward one day will come. Therefore, I urge you to sit. Wait for me to finish narrating the fact as I heard and was told. And then I will share my opinion and what I think we should do as a people when such cases come up. I don't condemn anybody. I'm too wise to condemn anybody. But I can draw your attention because wherever you sit, getting me there will be difficult. But if I put wise words on the media, it gets to wise people. And when wise people take wise words and they use it wisely, they are able to save a continent or a nation. The pastors are happy and are talking about it. So it's time for the goddess, the Grand Phoenix, to speak. Abusuya, and I'm going to ask so many questions and I'm going to draw your attention to so many things. I welcome you to Time with Maame Grace. I am your spiritual leader. Africa's finest spiritual visionary, the finest, Maame Grace. I hope this editorial goes a long way to help us grow in consciousness and in mindset, because that is where freedom and liberation comes from. I have said this multiple times. There is no freedom in escape, but the renewal of the mind or washing your mind is what will bring liberation. That is what is called freedom. There is no freedom in escape. The reason we have
with Maame Grace, Akwaba.
Yo abusia nanso so ye kwesi ada biomi mankrankra bia ache e mankrankra bia Akwaba at the bad time with Maame Grace dwumedie kese yi eso. Anio, on this platform I am the prettiest preacher. Call me Kasongo. I am the living saint, O seeker. I am the grand phoenix. I am the goddess of light, and I am the divine phoenix, Africa's finest spiritual visionary. I am not a blogger, so I don't blog. I always draw our attention to things that are happening, because when the thing is appearing or it is coming to people, we are those who look at the legs of the thing that is coming to determine the strength and the height of the thing. When you are able to tell the strength and the height of something, you are able to tell the distraction or the kind of distraction that thing can cause. That is what I look into, and I draw your attentions to it. So today we are discussing Wesleyan Groomers. And the topic I am discussing, I've told you the level we are going. Just one, but huge and big. And it has a lot of questions for African leaders, especially Ghanaian leaders. Before we start, I want to share something that came to me this week. I say, and share. I'm sure, like me, a lot of you saw and heard about the news when I saw a story about Wesley Girls Senior High School, which is a Methodist mission school. That is why it is called Wesley Girls. Methodist. John Wesley. John Wesley, Yena saw father. Wamunim. So that is why it is called Wesley Girls. It is a Methodist school. And a debate about whether Muslim students should be allowed to practice their rituals on campus. Because in Ghana, mission schools are basically religious in nature and practice. So when you hear Ahmadiyya, you know where you are going. And when you hear Wesley Girls, you know where you are going as well. The first version I read was on Ghana Web. Ghana Web. You guys don't cover my story, so. Ghana Web. Anyway, I send you love. You guys are doing so well. But cover my story, so. This one like this, you should cover. Today, I am sending you guys greetings and telling you to focus also on the encouraging new era of consciousness that we have been preaching in Ghana. Ghana Web, you should also focus on these things. I focus on my issues as well. I send you love though. That was just by the way. But I know they are also watching. Abusia, I have also seen news about respected Islamic scholars questioning why some Muslim girls were being denied the chance to fast or pray in ways their faith requires. This is going on everywhere. Nti Christian Council for twene sere na Muslim scholars no so twene abasa. School no ye Wesley girls. A Christian school, Methodist school. You see, in Ghana, when religion enters the public conversation, it comes with more than belief. When anything about religion is in the space, it goes beyond what you can think of because people's emotions, love, and everything is in it. It is about public conversation. It goes beyond beliefs. It comes with long memories, emotions, and layers we often refuse to discuss. We believe without questioning. So at the moment something is about this, the emotions enters and we don't question why and we don't go back to look at it. It can cause fire right now. Religion was intense and active during my childhood. Menyini o. Menya kwala obi se fa 45 kono ho asesa ana wo dwen de you've been deceived o. Akpe na ato. Me abrewa. Oledi panke. Anyo, when I was young, we didn't grow up with this kind of religious tension. If you know, you know. 50 years ago, 55 years ago, in fact, 60 years ago, how old were you? That time, no, this tension was not there. Obi di bibi betu throat for Allah. Obi anywo beba be twe free uka hijack wo car in the name of Christ. These things were not there. Most of us attended normal government schools. We had Christian friends, Muslim friends, all in one space. Yani omo twempene nyina. Akubi ana odi machi. Odi machi sa misinega we. Eba wiase nipa tu na omo pe masam me pe omo asam so na misuro se me ne omo be bonde. Muslims. Any Voltarian men. Voltarian men, I think they were too strict. I was too stubborn. Inti emfa. And Muslim men, they love me and I love them because some of my blood is coming from there. But adeba ko ana michi ene anianan. Na wo ye den so obeware bia kan ho nti na omuso enusu nti na me nkọ ho because nka meku nipa no. Me michi anianan. Me mpa obi ade nti me pese obi so fama de. Ane chi anianan. Nti na me ye bronsam no bronsam ompa obi ade o mu na mo de asam to no so. No one was too sensitive. Ye ni omu nyina ejele ebonde. No be anyone no man. Nobody was fighting nobody. Because we were here before all these things came to meet us. So na yetesani amanase. No one was too uncomfortable. Oye kremoni ntimi ne ntenaka mu. Oye Kristo ntimi ntumi ne nkasa. We ye bronsamba. Ntimi ntumi kura nhwe no. Nobody was uncomfortable. We were all okay because they came to meet us here. We were too deeply sunk in the Jesus stories and we understood each other. Yes, na sendia na wo born no we no wo sie na ne nansas do no so fie wufum. Ne yete yasemase. We were not fighting. Religion wasn't a battle line for any African. Just 30 years ago, 40 years ago, just 50 years ago. How old were you? 55 years. In fact, 60 years ago. No be anyone ma oku obi a. It will be minimum because of who? It wasn't a threat of war. Nope. No. It wasn't a reason to separate children or prevent Muslim girls from wearing hijab in Christian schools. It was not. It was not. In fact, he didn't care. He came to meet us. So what's the point? We played together. We shared food. Oh my God. We celebrated each other's festival. Up till now, my Muslim workers and friends, they bring me nentwie tie, any aponche tie. Sa time no, na wo maame ana papa no wo namfofo kramofu a sa time no chance ne pe na asesa. Me gidi say still they cook. Na chance no your chance bi na ho why na yi colors bobo ho e bi ye flowers. No man emu no wom boom. No mo nam no de omo chi tight. No mo de baby so mo de ba fresh. We were together. We were together. Buro nya so a we enum so de nam ni fufuo ni de kekeka. Na ye celebrate obia beautifully. Because we celebrate ye ho and e beto ye nti we just inculcated it into it. It doesn't hold the ownership of any African. Sunday school wasn't only for Christian children. No. Na kramofo nkwala no so mo ba because wadanfo wo kwa na odi akire bi ne yin ekọ. Na omo ton koko na ye maame tu burodo nti ye ne omo a. Children from the Zongo came too. And during Muslim celebrations, we Christians also took part joyfully, peacefully. Omo ya yefra. Ye nyina yeko. Hawaye komo, hawaye sibili dudun kabila lila. Hawaye sibili dudun kabila lila gong, egong. We were playing with them peacefully. That was normal life in the era of a heavy dogma. Time not dogma ni heavy. And maybe because of the Rollins era, when survival, discipline, and curfews shaped our daily lives. So who call baby na woba na wedu zongo na say curfew no achu no mbekwa. Utumi wura obi fie, oma baby ma woda. Ade echi na wokọ. Oyebe ma okoko mu anom. Na wodekọ. Samre ne yenchechire wo robem na ye digu ekora ana sa silver we ni ma wo benom wo ho awie na wo ko joyfully obi enye wo hwe. People simply did not have the luxury to fight over religious labels. That time education was not high like this. I said 55 years ago, 60 years ago in fact. Why are we defending this religion and looking for spaces to show what? So when I see the Wesley girl story now, it touches me personally. Because, hey, what's going on? So see, there's some kind of yaba, mwakukoko school. Ema understanding no wo say Christianity ne religion you could at the corona. Enya ndre ya ena new pope yo ma electing okoto wo Lebanon any Turkey ndre ya no oko blue mosque ewo Istanbul am say me kwara makohwe bi because I was there. Enya ndre ya Musi prayer cathedral no. National chief imam one donate sika amfa ngum. What is this? Why should this be a problem? I have questions and they are coming. This division is not the spirit that raised us as Africans. It is never us. It is never our spirit. It doesn't mean we had something good before. It only meant that during my childhood, religion had no contender. But not religion. There were no rebels for change. No beyond consciousness. Because nananam na religion na be kwenchi no. Onu de obe kwenchi obi o. Na enye war. Religion was in full power and the doctrines were being followed note by note. We were a loyal fellowship. Into obi en bisa question. Trust and obey. Yes, munda no obi ada. You who? Why you touch not my anointed? Who could bisa one question? Nobody. The omube ready ama ye biya. Sata mpona me mpeni yeka. Yenishi bisa. Yenishi ready. But look at how big this issue has become. A full-blown national issue with the involvement of the Supreme Court. Hey! How? These two powerful gods, their issue, they couldn't solve this. It has gotten to Supreme Court. It has turned physical. It is a say, yama conform so come wo school wa na. Yama mo so kwan no mo kom na Christian afo no kom. Ede ne ye koye ne ho. Like I said, everything I'm saying today is question, but I'm drawing your attention to something. Why is this? This is a Christian school. If you want, you go. If you don't want, This is Makalanta. If I want to go, I go and obey the instructions. This is somebody's setup and somebody's system. You people are rich. If this is not something that is coming from somewhere, I want everybody to check the legs of this case. Why should this even be a problem? How can a Christian school no better part? And I don't get it. Now about 6 now inti a matron nebeba no ma be no aduane 6 o'clock no. No mo dey break fast na nkola na be no mo aduane. All these are minor questions, but I have bigger questions for all our leaders. They should help us understand. Abusia, this is what I am asking. Yes, sir, the controllers will always have their way. We have to be watchful and look at Nigeria, the ECOSO, and so that we can break the legs of this issue, stream where it is working to. I want everybody to think deep. And maybe sano, inti a conform so enkoko school ana. Ada na community sim mofra no so ana ma omo kofi. Omo jai school kura. Omo ko school na akom ne for omo a. Ene mo fa assembly hall ho ne ntwene na wo ho no. Mo mbo no mo so ncha ase enkome. This was no longer a conversation because it has moved into our legal system. Aye big. We have to break the legs. Why is this an issue right now? For centuries, is this the first time a Muslim girl is going to a Christian school? For centuries, they've been going to that school, and I'm a bottom. So why has this gotten to this level? I am drawing your attention to this. It goes beyond it. I started talking to you about 2 years about Gaza and Israel. And look at what is going on in Nigeria. Is it not school children or more holding or captives? No more kukubi. Where is this thing going to? Maybe some question. My greetings to the Education Minister, Honorable Haruna Idrisu. Papa, my greetings to you. I send you love and light, pure energies wherever you are. I know you will watch this. I know it will get to you. I know. But in the news, he says something that I unfortunately did not agree with him. He said something I didn't agree. And I am open wherever you call me and give me opportunity. I will come and ask you a few questions. I will ask a few today. But if you call me personally, I will ask you bigger questions. That one will be private, so I'm able to ask more questions. Please, sister. I have told you I'm not a blogger, but you can call me the sky watcher of African continent. And I love Ghana. I'm a Ghanaian, full Ghanaian with my chest. Ghana Niba with a bit of flesh and a stronger bone. I can make 20 babies. Pew, pew, pew. I'm a full black woman and a full Ghanaian, a strong one. Everything, a true bloodline. Yes, so. Papa, you said something that I don't agree. Though I love you, so I'm going to ask you a question. What did he say? He said, and I quote from Joy News. You see me, I give source. So I don't pick people's things and say it is for me. And I quote from Joy News. He said, no right is divisible. We won't deny any girl her faith. These were his words. And the source is what I've given. Why are we worried about the faith of Ghanaian girls, sir? Is it their faith we must be worried about, sir? Please, this is a harmless question. From your sister, your wife, your mother, your anyhow you want to put me. I'm a woman. That's why I'm giving myself all these titles from your home. Is this what we should be worried about? Please, sir. It's a question. The faith that will eventually put him behind the mosque. The faith that will eventually cover the beauty of that woman. The faith that will eventually give her a competition in her marital home. Is this what we should worry about? This is just a question, a harmless question from a woman. The faith that will shut her mouth at the end of the day at the mosque because she is a woman. Is this a battle for us to fight? What is the point? What contribution will religious faith make to the welfare and economic development of Ghanaian girls to be able to compete well on a global scale, sir? All these are questions. What contribution, please, sir, would this religious faith help us to compete well on a global scale, sir? This is just a question. Are you grooming our girls on faith or educating them on something beneficial to their existence as independent and confident women, sir? These are just questions. What are we grooming them for? What are we grooming them to become, sir? This is just a question. Please, sir, what confidence does this faith give to Ghanaian girls? Please, it's just a harmless question. I wish someone could send these questions to the Honorable Minister. I know he will hear. I am ready to interview him to answer these questions and even more, if the opportunity is given to me. Please, sir, I don't know how to get through to you, but social media is a bigger mouth. I know it will get to you. Yes, I need answers. You are fighting for girls, and I am a woman with girls. I am a mother, so I would also sell what you are preaching for you if you make me understand and get it clearer to my head. I can help a lot. The minds of the girls are important to all of us here. So if it's about girls and as a woman, I am interested in their case. Having independent and confident girls after their education is what we want. Can the faith, or can this faith we are fighting about, give this confidence to them? Unless the minister has some other answers, I would like to know. I don't want to speak without understanding you. So please, I plead, anywhere you call me, I will come. Anywhere you call me, I will come. When I read that, I felt a small sense of fear. Are we safe in the hands of our leaders? All these are questions. So are we safe? Please. All these are questions. So I'm not a blogger, so I can't attack anybody, and I am not looking for views. I am the attention itself. Annie, I'm just asking questions. I always ask questions and draw our attentions to these things. I don't blame the church leaders and the theologians for defending their faith business. I don't blame them. It is their business and system of control. And so, when young children are being groomed to fall into that trap, they are happy. So I don't blame them. They know what they are about. I mean, the Christian Council and the Catholic bishops also addressed the matter. This is how big the issue has gotten to. Galam saying, and all our children are becoming drug addicts. Listen, when you look at the country and the young ones and what they are going through, the future of this country is shaky. All these things are there. But this is where the focus is. This is where all the attention is. So I'm drawing the attention. I'm just calling the attention to look into this, if it is really necessary. You see what we are investing our energies into. Everybody will be sorry, because it is about religion. Hey! Sorry. What are we promoting? This thing that, like, is this an issue? That, it's through this level. Is this an issue? Or the devil finds work for an idle man? Is this an issue? And they made it clear that government can partner with them to run the mission schools that they set up. This is Christian Council. But they won't agree to give away or lose their religious activities as a core principles that run along the school. They won't. This is also coming from the Christian Council. The leaders, from our DNA to our bloodline, ancestry line. The Besihu. Where from this? Where from this division? Where from this? They acknowledge the long history of mission schools. They do. Up to this point, I remained objective, just listening. I wanted someone to see through my opinion, but no one did. When this thing was going on, I'm like, is this an issue? Eye bibi na eba ene ye jeje ne tata de aba ana bibi na ekọ ne ye ya dwene ya firi so. Like, is this an issue? Me nua bema. Na me hwe so obi behu. I was watching through social media to see if this awakening, somebody will talk about it. I have been sitting back and watching. I'm like, no. From spirituality to who? The pastors, everybody has something to defend or to protect. I honestly wanted to let go of this topic because the theologians of Christian leadership already do not like me that much. They know I do a great job. By questioning, I question things. What is wrong with it? They stopped my charity, and they attacked my billboards. Billboards says printers so. Hey, munim nyamio. As of one, 100% go about jama 2%. No munim nyame. And you here my billboard. And I make us a miss me person de trendy and come trend this semi obi a me pet trends. I have genuine cases and come to me a court and I'm trendy. But I don't waste my energy. I know what I'm about, not trends. That's why I keep saying I'm not a blogger. When issues come and it's about whatever, I don't care. Say for Africa, a shoe be beba. That is when you will see me talking about it. They don't like me. I know them. But the end will justify the means, honestly. Because the cosmic itself, you cannot bribe it. Inti nanka mpese me kama nutum na me hwe mabra bosobo emfa me because omo mpe masem. Inti anka I will not walk to my enemy's camp. So unko bucha me. But this one I couldn't keep shut. Me say, the universe nankasa. Eye die nipa nim. And the universe ne dia hye nipa mu. Onye obi na be kire no. Eno ho asem ne ye ka ne ha. Enye obi a na kire ne ba se de ye have sex. Ye wo akola ne obi a na kire ne say ye di nu fo so wanum anum. Into universe nankasa wo ne mra. We are not talking about programming. We are talking about the laws that came with you. Into the end will justify the means. However, the deeper part of me, the Maame Grace who sees beyond the surface, began to speak within. Because any man kitten way. Say any man kitten way no more. And the dear say ye kese eba. Bronsam mona moka ye o mewura wo da mu gbura. Otuni obie ni say no de niti ahyem no otuni na ahyem wo wini wo trust no wo wini ahyem wo huri ahyem no de say ye kese eba. This is why I am drawing their attention and asking them questions. And so here we are. We are treating the topic. The Wesleyan Groomers. I said I have so much questions to ask them. Maybe may still ask some more. The topic is like that. Because tell me why this is not the grooming of a girl with a foreign religious cult for Christianity. Why? Topic ni Wesleyan Groomers. Aye, because topic ni honam na ese. E dey na kire say we enye obi na o groom you obi from obi ni foreign belief and a foreign system and a foreign setup. E dey na kire say we pick children at their prime age. At that moment, now the natural abilities of the brain, now you are redirecting, you are reprogramming. These people were so smart. There are people who will behave as if they want to help you, but the help they are giving, the agenda behind it, it is more than dream aborters and vision killers. They pick these children at their prime age. And because the school has a lot of popularity and better ratings, more children prefer these mission schools. Because they get enticed. And we hit them with the heavy grooming of Christian religious theories. Now, one place. This system should have died with colonialism. Ghana is free. from colonialism. Ghana is free from what? And the schools are there, and we are fighting this at this era from where education has reached in our lives. Look at where we are going now. It clearly says mission school. What are you doing there? Abusia, let me speak from a place of truth and lived experience. I am not shocked that a Methodist school has rules based on the Methodist traditions. It's their setup, it's their system. And I am not shocked that Muslim parents want religious dignity for their daughters in such mission schools. I am not shocked at all from the level we are operating. I am not shocked. What shocks me is how quickly Ghanaians rise with energy and passion when the subject is about defending foreign religions. This is what shocks me. But the way to me sorry brakata waka sefa religion ho a eno na shock me. Ade we na me pese me twi ankrankra bi adwene ade gina so. We guard Christianity with our lives. We guard Christianity with our lives. We defend Islam with our lives. You be defend it. We don't care how much we will hurt somebody. We will kill to defend a God, a religion, a system, a setup at this era. But when our own culture was attacked, erased, mocked, and pushed out of the educational system, what did you do? What did you do? Where was this energy that we are using in protecting all this and defending all this? What was that energy? Where were the protests? Oh my God, where was the passion? What did you do? When power was taken away from your kings, your chiefs, and your priests, what did you do? What was that energy? You defend Allah and defend Christ than your own culture. Oh my God. Lost people are just like energy batteries without heads. They just create energy and donate. There is no head for us to think, some of us. What is the Minister of Education saying about the fact that these religions are occupying spaces in our heart where our own culture used to reside? When missionaries demonize our customs, when our festivals were labeled evil, where were you? Where were they? Where was our energy? Where was our passion? When our ancestors' wisdom was banned from our classrooms, when they stole our books and burned our libraries, where were you? What was that energy? There were stories of the British setting the Ashanti region on fire after a war, destroying all our elements of generational passage. Ghanaians stayed calm. Why? Why? We didn't question. We didn't resist. We simply adjusted. Oh my God. And now, look at us. Look at what we have become. We are protecting somebody's something than our own. We now eat ant as Africans instead of fresh blood and fresh meat. We now eat ant. Na omo popo say any pain and dia ye dia wiki ye ma ye da fom e de ma omo. This is where we are. Woni kraman di agro tafre wa no ho ampa sabe me bia bibifo ginanie areho e mobo me bia ginanie areho bibia timi tafre bibini ho wo anka wo gina ba bia wo huhu keke etimi toni paso. We are deeply emotional, deeply divided, deeply reactive over religions that were imported into our land. This is where we are. Wait, this is too sad. This is where my disappointment deepens. Because we have become guardians of doctrines that are not ours. This is what hurt me so much. It hurt. If you can educate us on how we got here, The platform is open. How? What really happened? This is my pain. The platform is free. The Methodist Groomers movement started in Ghana in 1835 with the arrival of Wesleyan missionaries and later became the Independent Methodist Church of Ghana in 1961. Africans were here by then. One people, one love, one culture. We have everything. We were not animals. When they got here, we were human beings. Yet before this thing came, the year is what I have given you. Unless you want to tell me that the church used its well-planned style of worship, a commitment to social change, using education and an emphasis on living a so-called holy life to win our people. This was the history. Sometimes I think and I ask questions, how weak was our system? Because I don't know how they were able to manipulate. I don't know how they got their way. What did they do? Is it because of said ye defending or do this level and I say na ye spell? Maybe some question will come into us here that. And then I would idea to have da. No more back will say you're evil. Now to me GD ya now too will be actually now cofa omudi until me be sasa questions are there way asemi ebe yen hwe ne say because ages Wesley girls enye 10 years and crofo akwa won't me can tell me say na Muslim girls e kokho until this should be an issue until na me draw your attention e de abaso you abusua e ba ne say eye niaman ketenkete aye so ya na de embedru this level na a question. Today it stands as one of Ghana's most influential churches, involving both leaders and regular members, using its structures to keep training and winning more of our people over. So this is the history. Na school we na kremoni say okomu no okwa akope ekwan a ono so be ye ni we wo ho asem we ye dwen wa ye nhwe ne tra. In fact how edempo na say asem we kuratumi ye asem obi aya asori o se made ama ye mfe mpabo emma ha woni nse wo so na wi mpabo a wontumi na nte ko eden wo ho asem we nti na meche mo nhwe asem nu nko deep na ya nhwe ni ya ye be ma a bacterium abedane a monster ye hu ba bia de befa a school we ye o mo history na mde ama wi nti nka kremoni ko eden wo ho na mi bisa senti ages ni kremoni akola bia enko school wo Wesley girls enwie da. Where is this coming from? Now, baby, I deal with impo by your case in Payan Canikude because yen shed the ecos for Nigeria. Nanka yen smart keke. A question is because we are fasting now. Almost sorry for 4:00 near the end and Wedrian. Now, where did this sex no movie are? Omo ako, omo intimi bisasa how? Omo ko build a block amomo. For me how? Oh, mo for monko baby omo to me aye. Mo was come see me more. The church uses traditional Wesleyan customs, blending them with African charisma to expand its ideologies and doctrines among our people. Obi set up. I call these religious activities in schools as grooming because they get into the heads of our teenagers early and train them with their Western customs, traditions, and use our music to cement the indoctrination. We feel we are learning. Na me beka asem bi mejaye eya na ye say yakọ school nti ye ni abie hwe onipa bi a yawo ni bia ni nyansa wo ni tirim omo aka so omo nim nti na school no kura amokọ no omo ma mo first class second class first second third ni de ka they know so obi a won abilities nti you can go to school and be educated mum but one hwe ni yi a sebe de wo hu ni say ye jimi a wo be kono akoye educated wo jimi ni mu nti jimi enu be jimi no in a pro max nti nyo obi a wako school bia na nim nyansa nkrofo we edwuma omudi no. In fact, let me speak in a plain language and let me speak plainly. Tie What is happening at Wesley Girls is not only about fasting or prayer time. That's what I say. It is part of a larger pattern, a long history of distraction. Maka. So, Wesley Girls is not the disease. To me, this is how the pattern works. Let me explain this, Pacho. It first starts with fears of religious friction being fed into society. So, I want everybody to draw their attention to this. These people know how they got here. And they know the people they came to meet here. They are not feebles. They know they can't fight with their strength. So they keep planning ahead. They keep planning ahead. Into 30 years, 20 years, be omu wodi ombe yi atum. And then I'm person me twa nkwankuru bi adwene ejina so. Me feel say the ebe yi ene ne ekoyi eye bibi unknown ni na ahyase nie. Na nka we nya asem bia. Abusua asem making. Ka we ya asem bi. Anka we nya asem bia o. Ade we ya ade it is coming like poison that we have to eradicate. But we ya asem aye pampa. This is a mission school. What is even this? The idea is to revive and empower these belief systems that are seemingly losing their influence in the era of awakening. This is more than that. People, I mean, draw your attention because why should this be an issue? Why we should say do this level and people are beginning to question some of these religious practices. And so, the best thing to do is to bring back the spark in our hearts between religious team A and team B. It's always like that. Now, on my best stay your emotions, no? Because they say you be questions. Until they must find something. Now, I say me who celebrity be. No, near maybe good social media and such a controversial things of attention. Go and work and bring something better. Ubake kanya ma cake be just to stay attention. Sadie ni wua. Na fe ye hold it past glory. Ye di show bibi. When to me and hold it wo grepe and grumi ni pa omo besi wanaya. Era ne ba wo energy besa you will be pushed aside. Understand this. Ubetumi aye dia ubeye bia your end will come. Inti na me see groom people. Mama yenso ye ni papa na nkrofo ntumi grumi yen. If you want to be in existence relevant till the end of time, the best thing to do is to groom people. So that when your era and your energy drops, you will have another person to hand over your baton. So the person will operate in your system for you to be relevant. And yes, I their past glory, no. Your betrin is reni abasasa. Sa na sa religion abaye. This religious sect is no mabe. Omo who say people their popularity is going down. Or some no say who ben same bebrebe. They want to stir controversies. This is how I'm seeing this whole thing. My mind. And you think maybe a question. If you don't think so, come and explain this to us. Because you insuro the ekoso wa Nigeria ni you insuro na fe no obi e be show ni power baby obi belonging to there. We are always one people before this thing came to meet us here. The second thing is that our emotional energy is gradually redirected from focusing on our inner divinity to this external religious sect. About the sana, the nipe focus was no more best stay away, no more the who begu system, no be add the vibrations, across no ye doom, who doom vibration na frequency a drive BB within a split of seconds, a draw on the back more than 1 year. So this is what is going on. We now turn towards defending Christianity or Islam, not towards building ourselves. I say yababe defenders, not builders. Reason I don't just ask questions to make noise. I ask questions, then I will draw your attention and show you. I will redirect you to yourself, and then I will show you your destination. We a whole package and not a full package. Until someone decide we ban na the attention nako we so na de ye hwe wo ye ho no ya to atwene problems bebre ba Ghana we ye issue we ye issue how obi na setting the system o say dia me ye wo ni mpa enko ho e simple me pe wache me di wache ameda anopa me nto wo de chem kra me nje. So what is the point? Bisamo, what is the point? At the moment they bring these things, na attention, na shifting. Then they begin to spark a public conversation with the propaganda in the media. No, be I am no. Some crofom you know where you are more kwa. Ya asemo na de no ma start so de say hunu free Nigeria dada. I didn't say so near me say so. If you don't focus on anything, it dies off naturally. Inti no ye mfie o mobiom no ayi nti o mo ma ye de focus no kwane ye gya ye ho then na asa. The idea here is to keep us emotionally invested in these foreign religious empires. Adie we nyina ni you donate your energy. We don't even trade on our energy. We are just donating for free. Inti at the moment nipa na ni beba o mo ho so kakra bi na so mo kotam bibi bebom na ye gya ye ho to ho. Our energies and they are driving all these beliefs. So if we give the energy to drive it, we become useless. Is this what we want to defend? The public is programmed to argue about who is right and who is wrong, when none of neither side should concern us. And fear who say ye Yesu, say ye Jesus, say ye God, say ye Allah, say ye Muhammad, and fire who. We can enjoy them, but that is not us. We are one people. Where from this? We should focus on our culture and heritage in our schools, not Arabian or Wesleyan. And fear who? It's none of our business. No be business and fear who are okay. Also culture no heritage in our hin. Ahim for me bisamo. Schools are hina mo to me set it up. Mo di asase mo mo. Mo so dia na mo set it up. Na mo set it up mo to me gina mo nan so ne mo sisi so. Eka se mo so mo culture no enu ne yem practice wa ha. Yetumi yesa na. Yem promote ye ho. De bia ye promote e defending crofo de. Yem promote ye ho. We are promoters for foreigners in everything from business to belief to who. This is what we are defending. Na nsenya papa yi ade oye ntia my attention call so baby obeko wi na mehwe no yo. Papa yi say nka ye nkola no omo nka twi e wo school ho. Hwe de media fo yi ye. Omo sori gina mu de se ma ye ma ne nka twi e wo school ho. Abrofo kire nkola no twi wo classroom. Ye de se ma ye ma ne nka twi ewo school ho no mo. Ani o the media fo no me kire omo bibi. Omo share the media space na e ba social media no so no. Those who are hosting programs, omo anko media school are doing better than you guys. Mama mubumfu. Meboa, those who are hosting shows omo school, they are doing better than you guys. Say ye wo twi radio stations ni ade nyina, nti ade na wo mbutwi. Omo se nkola no koka school twi wo school a wo se mebuafu. Ye nye da e na say how this is how miserable I ye. Nti me kasa kra ba ye culture na ye heritage na wo he. Ye free school out to ballem. You see how miserable we have become. If it is about us, ni entekre nyina tutu. If it is about somebody who ye be free yes. Afi ye tekre me wo ye yemu nyina beto ye na ase ni ye de defend it. This is where we are. You want Africa to liberate itself. We will continue to be slaves out there. Munjina ho na munjire mo ho na enche bia ye mother tongue de be yira se twi ni kura ye nte papa I say kura dada na se se brofo na ne ye ka sebi o obi a wanko school kura no ne bucket wa na ma you want to poo you want to pee kasa senya ebeduru baabi no ye be lusi ye ho kwata ne ye kasa kura so agira ye hu de ye ho mahu ade ye defend si ye ho papa si ye ho bone me de me twe wadwen agina so. Why? Throwing big words to scare us in the name of religious war, religious right, and religious tension. How good is this to us as Africans? How? How good? Look, from Arabia to Jerusalem to Rome, the founders of these religions are not at war. They are building their countries. Africa is here fighting. And I make a choice just 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, the Pope was in the blue mosque. Istanbul. Istanbul. You can Google it and read. The Pope was there. They are not fighting. They understand what they are doing. It is their systems. They are using the same tool they are using to make themselves. They are using you to destroy your continent because they have interest in your land. Think deep. Why should this even be a problem? This is a Christian setup. What are you going to do there if you cannot go by their rules and regulations? What from all this? It's just a question. No. They are building their countries. Look at Dubai. Look at Turkey. Turkey, here air traffic to meet shit. Planes in na your modia. Into air traffic and it's now no more flags, no baby planes, no now shop for more, no more flags. So beautiful. For your more coin, at chia air quick is Swasanji Abosi. When you more your home, Dubai. Yet take her in a year. Yeah, cool way. Ah! It's a question, no. Ha! They are strengthening their cultures. They are protecting their national interest. What are we doing? What are we doing here? And even if they are at war, how does that concern us? How? What is our business with this? Auntie, yes, so man crofo plot wa de kitwe bi kire de bia ye ni ahead da de bia ye wo behind asem ni siwie na fe ye dimirika ne ye kobo amane wei efa wo ben ye be ya na crofo ya sese omuni ama so mu be save yen na o ma be save omo ho na ye wu ha efa ye ho ben abusua. This is just a harmless question. All these I'm asking, they are just harmless questions. I'm drawing your attention and maybe so. When they enslave us, they force these things on us. Now that we are free, we are forcing them on ourselves. Why? Adding. To prove what? When? When? I mean, what is even this? We cry a where ye dear ben? Where dear ben and teacher chirenche, a dear Ukabro children. They were who religion won. Uba has an who. Shady or mohotie, shady or more the whole thing. Add day. What is this? We fight, we argue, we divide ourselves. Why? For these people, why? Because religion is one of the easiest tools to control a people. And we are making it so easy. Ye money ye cheap. A Methodist school in Ghana is acting more Methodist than the Methodist in Europe. Why? They used religion to build their countries. They have moved on. Why are we stuck here? We can't do anything. Aye. A Muslim parent in Ghana is fighting harder for Islamic doctrine than many Muslims in the Arab world. Okay, Chimini, you have traveled before. What we do here, did you see it there? Maybe some. Meanwhile, our own indigenous systems, the ones that shaped our identity, have no defenders, no advocates, no legal battles. Oh, Africa, why? When? Goat and cows, the animals in the forest, they are in their systems than us. We do not fight for what belongs to us. We hate our own. We hate ourselves. We hate our heroes. We hate our lineage. We hate everything about us, but we will defend everything for others. But we fight passionately for what belongs to others. This is what we are best at. Onini niya bibini ebeduru baby sesia oh baby train sesia baby odidi fa no kokoshe. This is what we are best at. What is the sense in this? This battle ne kura anything. The sad part of this whole thing is the omodi ye fe mu no. Our woes. Omo ana omo ma ye yira ye chikwan yo. Nti nka ye mpo omo ne ye hwehwe ye ho. You defend the baby. You defend him. Is this not strange? Nipa omo aye wade ente de. Nipa mienu nyina hwan pa na ne coming here was peaceful. Enye pain. You don't recognize this. I'm not even saying that go and pay back. It doesn't make sense. A day something is forced on your throat. Now you are free. And you won't find your way back. You want to remain in your I don't know. Is this not strange, Ebusia? This is just a question. Is this not worth questioning? In such a sense, does the school teach Ghanaian culture or European moral codes? All these are questions, oh, at the beg. Does the school protect identity or enforce religious doctrine? At the beg. All these are questions. Are we raising thinkers? Questions, so, or raising defenders of foreign beliefs? All these are questions. Because while we argue, our attention leaves the important things. Education quality, critical thinking, innovation, development, and national development. Attention ibe free ho because ye kun tokwa mala, ye kwama Jesus. I want to focus no. We leave all these important things. If you think critically, why should this be an issue? At the beg. And quietly, our resources are taken. That is why I ask you from the beginning. So all this chaos, eba for what? Because asem we pa, kasem we asem. Pato, mission school. Uko ede oho. Makalanta uko ede oho. Any Bible. Na me tuwe ya masha atade mi tisisi na makọ wura kremofo asori dem mi du wa me so mo fa imam ne kete imam na me ntena so what be that when we saw konfo bi akomasi ni so ama wakọ wura kremofo asori dem so kokomo hoda nti uko e dem Wesley girls. This is a very simple thing. We will give all attention to this, donate it for free, then our resources is going, our attention is stolen. This is what is happening. Our awakening is delayed because the focus is not in ourselves. We are focusing on something. This is a big worry to entire African continent. Nobody is bringing ships and guns. So nobody is bringing ship and guns like before. Nobody has your time. They will use you as a tool if you don't think critically. Abusia, Ghana, Pamocho, should not be made a particular religion but a people state. This is who we are. Kejeblema, bashemene. E sani wonu ni ne shishi. Sani ne e sani wonu shishi. E jabemia senyaye gome. E jabemia senyaye gome. Ghana must be made for Ghanaians, not for Christians or Muslims or any other religion. No, that's a big error. Does this school teach the way and morals of Ghana? It's a question, though, at the beg. Do these schools teach how to develop Ghana and not a foreign religion? If that is what they are teaching, then what is the issue? Again, the school. While we fight ourselves in useless religious battles, Maka, they go behind our backs to steal and run away with our resources and people. The biggest threat to the journey of awakening is the machinations of religion. That's the biggest threat for Africans. Once we throw and donate our energies for them, we should even trade on our energies for them so we are able to benefit something. We donate it for free like batteries because we are without hairs. These kinds of religious machinations are the propaganda and gimmicks to raise tension for people to divide themselves into defenders of one religion or the other. No sense, no benefit, no profit. This is not for us as black people. Ghanaians are one people, one ancient bloodline. I told you this from the onset. Different houses, multilingual, but one ancestry bloodline. We should get this into our heads. These things came to meet us here. We are one people. We should not pamper this canker to bring any infection that we cannot fight. We should not welcome any stranger with these things. We were here. They brought this. They tried anything with us. We still have survivors here. We should not encourage them to come and finish us. Everything that is going on in Nigeria, they are light and everything. Nobody helped them. But Muslims and Christians are fighting there and they are getting help from America. Is this what we want as Ghanaians? Is this what we want? What is this issue? Where could I idea? Where could I come out? Into ya how be breba ye wo krom he into ye idea and so ni na say no memories into where pa ye idea nya no na efe die abedane asem. It's a question. It's a question. Drama ne dey kan because I'm a woman. Ani o. Aye. Eh, to feel and to Satan and to and free fear and make no na asem nya dey. Man o drama. Questions na me bisa. Religion should not divide us. Never. School should not enforce belief. No. Esenka mo amakuko school ni mo lawyer. Mo start senka mo change this any we free education system ni. You are defending this. Asking what, how? Why? Children should not be trained in doctrines before they are trained in identity. That's a big error. No! Religion does not build nations. Consciousness does. That is why China is making it. It's making it big. It's doing it. That is why India is doing it. That is why Dubai is making it. Religion, it does not build a nation. It is consciousness. And not a building nation. That is what we should focus on. What is this? And the real danger is this. Let me tell you this. When Africans are emotionally invested in religious battles, they become easy to control. This is why Africa is like this. We pray than any continent. Look at us. Everything is welcome. Let's look at fighting a wrong battle. Let's look at it. We are discussing Wesleyan Groomers. As for my name, you know that I am Mama G, the greatest G in sequence. Today, authenticity, frequency, love, full of love. You can see. I'm looking like $1 million. We pray more than any other continent. Look at us. Look at our landscape. How beautiful our land, our soils. Look at the women, the men. What do we lack? Why are we like this? Because of these things we are holding. Wesley girls is a symptom, not the disease. The real challenge is deeper. We are being programmed. The main thing is there. Why should this be an issue? How? Na kabo, religion, baby, eh? Some hear all the miracles. See, Nigeria, Papa, no New York. Also, for prayer. If you Fred Trump, we. And then I bear you. When he defend you, Mamusha, Mudamu family, Mamu get angry. We are being pulled away from consciousness when we defend these things. While we fight over religion, I never say. Messi omu de building omu home po. They have moved on from there. Mo say mo na mo hold e defend. Asem we pa ante ye de asem. The people who control the global system quietly walk behind us. At the moment attention is shifted. Into the maybe some free asha say, why mo no more organize demonstration, omo frank microphone fi yitu omo ka. And omo fa placard ne kokeke koye de no ma kofie ne ekom omo nya hwe. Anytime omo betwe adwene nyina free bibi so no bibi ikoso na maybe some asha se na sa na eti ana. The people who control the global system quietly walk behind us and take what matters, our resources, our unity, our focus. Yeah, kuntokwa no ma ye busy. Enti ni pay control we ase no 1% o. Ti omo de we be kabo na 90% no ye de yeti hwihwimu a no mo na mase no mo hwehwe mbra wo be hu na new something pa na aba wo be hu na new something pa na aba na new introduction pa na aba attention ni free ye so pe when ya yere ye hu ni ye promote. This is the true danger. I am just drawing the leaders' attention. The leaders should look into this. What is we cry assembling? Is this an issue? Religion is powerful when people are unconscious. When people are unconscious, that is when religion is powerful. But it becomes powerless the moment consciousness rises. People are now asking questions. May say they should keep screaming for people to clap for them. Give yourself 5 years. Mark my words. The same people who are clapping for them will go and attack them for their money. You watch it. Now they ask them questions. No, Musi Jesus if he is right. Israel for calendar and the October. Now, sir, we see Jesus if he is right. So we see a Jesus 25th November. One now we show be date of birth, amano. One now show be date of birth, amano. Or so for be Sam say. Make it easy for people to know you. Who the OGBB didn't say making people. I can't make anybody. Me to me force you be no me. So only taking the time no who me. Or say, and yes, sir, as I so many people who is in Ambisano, me say, yes. And in the same for 12 na nam. Yes, you need a same for 12 na nam. Yes, you be so almost say, where Muslim, you say, where Muslim, you say, Muslim, me a wire. Nye nipa ba ko pe ne hu no nipa ba ko na hu kan mpo yesu say nya wo na wahu nyame na yi a kira na obeka chance me making it easy for people to know me. Sometimes these people pastors can exaggerate. Some of them as if they have it all. Ubwa anio o say me nya easy na nkrofo mu mi sam ya bronsam na me sam ya bronsam me ya bronsam ya na me ya bronsam na nkasa me nwore nice devil. Abusia, at the moment consciousness rises, oh my God, that is when we are talking about liberation and freedom. Trust me, the noise we are making, it is working. They are watching it and they are scared. I travel all the time and they talk to me. I travel all the time and I meet them and they talk to me. They know the work is a year juma and they are so scared. It is a yet to me consciousness no ye the bold leadership ni territorial leadership no starting in soon or wa and kadia kitu wo mbe hu no makwenche ne pa embakura. And consciousness is rising in Africa. Like I said, we are working. This is why these distractions are becoming louder. Enye she nka we nye problem. Enye ndura na Wesley girls ba ye enye this year no bi ba kwa ye kremoni. Anka we ye issue ben. Unnecessary attention so that it will overshadow the consciousness rise no. Ekosoro no. And let's say now hitting the top. It is coming to cause distraction. Our consciousness messages now rise it to the top. No, let us drop the unnecessary tension and return to consciousness. We need it. Let's wake up and be conscious of our environment and community. This is what we need as Africans and as Ghanaians. We don't need any unnecessary tension. That will take our attention from important things. We refuse to donate our energy. We refuse to donate our energy for free. Never again. Never again. We are putting our hairs on our batteries. We will think before donating. And even if you donate, we will negotiate. Nothing for free again. They will do then we spoil this place. And they don't have any better place than what we have here to give you. We go there and we go through a whole lot of stress and suffering. We are here. We should focus on our land and do it well. We should not focus on religion and then they will get opportunity to come and say something boy in tokwa. Waman bua would galamsea. Me mom bua in tokwa. Emefa uniama enko. Emefa unkonko ye wakwa by force. Yenje sanyama wehu. I don't know why this should be an issue. There is no place better than Africans. Apart from we the humans, na ye mineral. No. Any mineral na woman, assassin kasa. There is no place than here. We should be conscious and focus on ourselves so we are able to put things right. So we can live in our comfort zone, our homes, and place some kind of value on ourselves. We should stop these people from giving us all sort of name. Illegal immigrant. It is not easy out there. And you know, why should I leave a soil like this and go and do what? They won't chase you, but they have so many things. They will let us fight about religion and lose focus on ourselves. And then willingly, we will run to them to be slaves. If it is a game, let's beat them to it. If it is a test, let's pass. If it is a race, let's win this. Let's do this for ourselves. Let's do this for our generation. Let's do this for our children. Let's do this. Let our schools focus on building thinkers, not religious soldiers. Let Ghana be a people state, not a religious battlefield. Never. We don't need this. Let us remember who we were before foreign doctrines shaped our minds. Let us go back. This is where we are going, not to any other If we want to go back, this is it. Reshape your minds. Let us awaken to what we must protect, which is our identity, our future. This is what we need to fight for. This is what we need. The Wesley girls matter will calm down eventually. because a program. But the deeper question remains. Adie we na ebeba form. My question is here me be saying na ma eno de wo hode bi amount. Try and think deeply about this. Will we keep allowing religion to divide us as people? Me be so. How long? We all go to one hospital. We all go to one market, one funeral. What is the point? I didn't think I say my religion divided us as people. Or we will rise into consciousness. Which one are we focusing on? I choose consciousness as Maame Grace. I choose consciousness for Africa. I choose consciousness for Ghana. I choose unity among my people. I love everybody. I want us to think deeply about these questions. And I will invite you to do same. Focus on consciousness. Your inner divinity is what you need. This is where I leave you. Shalom. Peace.